Hello there. Alright, so I'm gonna do my push for 120k. I'm running essentially just Arbiter team, Constance for the heals and inspiration, Alistair for the damage reduction, Ferssi for damage reduction, Helga to handle phase 1, uh, Elowyn phase 3. Valk is really just there to constantly apply magic damage reduction. And that's it. Um, It actually works surprisingly well considering I'm basically dealing only magic damage besides arguably Helga. So yeah, there's a few things that I will go over during the run, namely how to scrape by a little bit more fragments uh, by just holding the ults until the vulnerability phases. It There's essentially no point in using the ults at a different time besides just killing the boss within that time frame. The reason being that you're not getting more fragments. Like, the boss has a fixed amount of HP, so whatever amount of fragments you would get on a phase where he's actually alive, that's the same you're going to get, regardless of if you're using all the ults or not. So it's best to save them for the vulnerability phases, where that actually does make a difference. Helga. Ferssi we're going to use as well, just because his ult is on a very short cooldown. But basically everyone else we're just going to keep. I can probably actually use the healers to get the SA sets running. Use one more Praetus. And that should get us right about where we need to be. Cutting it a bit close with Helga there. Should get us, yeah. So, really, that's kind of just the concept behind the run, is spamming those ults in the vulnerability phases, and then it's just going to be pushing as far as we can. There's not really much else to cover in terms of specificities. I don't know why I'm spamming these. I literally just talked about this, and I'm spamming them, but I might as well just keep on going. And get the early phases out of the way quick. There is also arguably some... Like, if you can fit... If your damage is extremely comfortable, right? You could probably fit even more crit damage on your builds to maximize the damage potential you're going to have in those in-between vulnerability phases. For now, we're just going to chill. Probably hold everything, because the boss is basically almost dead. And use it all right about now. And yeah, end of the first stack. We're at 16,000, which is, if I recall, about 6,000 to 5,000 more than you would have by just doing it somewhat normally. Obviously depending on build and a lot of other factors, but yeah. And then we just cycle again. I really don't have much issues until the middle to end of the third of 3 stacks. Basically until then it's kind of smooth sailing. Helga is absolutely phenomenal for Guild Boss 2. I don't have her skilled. She's not really built in crazy gear. I think she just has some Ageless Wrath that I use on Hatset normally. But she carries hard. Then, yeah, I believe we just have Elowyn, Carnelian, Ferssi, and Invigoration. Constance is in a Glacier set. Damn it. I used Alistair, that's fine. Yeah, he'll probably be back up by the time we need him anyways. Helga you can also probably use. She cycles her ult fairly quickly, especially if you have her exclusive. And this run for 120k is something that I've been trying to do for a while. I've tried Twin Fiend variants, I've tried Lucius variants, I've tried a lot of different ways to get there. This is the one that got the closest. The only reason I messed it up last week was because I used Elowyn a little bit too early at the end of 4 stacks. But this should be a mostly guaranteed run here. Should. Come on. I really wish we'd have 3.5 speed. Because honestly, grinding through these phases all the way to 4 stacks is just so tedious. And that's assuming that you actually get the try on the first time and you don't have to mess with something. So here's to hoping that I don't have to do that, because it's really annoying. Yeah, let's start popping some ults here. There we go, Praetus. 36,000 at the end of 1 stack. Which again I believe is just roughly 6,000-7,000 above in terms of fragments. Not Helga. This is basically the one thing that generally tends to make me fail a run, is just mistiming ults. I'm hoping that once this is actually done, I might be able to auto it, but I'm gonna have to use the Arbiter ability, because I didn't use Helga early enough the first time. I think we're just gonna hold here. So we should get down to the range we need to just burst right about now. There we go. Helga, Ferssi. On starting from 2 stacks, I like to use at least one solid round of ults from everyone on the shield phase, just because otherwise it works. You're just kind of sitting here for a while, and there's really no point in doing so. Damage-wise, it's Alistair and Praetus doing most of the work. Alistair would honestly probably be first damage-wise if I actually spammed his ult. Probably. And Init is actually doing some pretty decent work overall. He's unskilled currently, so I'm hoping to see great things from him once he's finally skilled, and possibly combined with Anora. I just don't know if those glyphs he summons are actually counted as summons. I need to get a move on here. I dilly-dallied a bit too much, so we're just going to burst him down now, because we let him get to too many stacks. I'll follow those two, but everyone else can probably afford to cycle at least one ult. Dropping a Wood Elf right here helps on occasion, especially during this poison phase here. Come on. This does make the runs a little bit longer, but there is a somewhat substantial difference of fragments. Come on, there we go. And we can just spam everyone's ults here. And now we get to the part which is actually somewhat interesting. 3 stacks and forward. So I think I can do it now and have better timing. Yeah, there we go. We'll do 1 Alistair. Yeah, seems reasonable. Do probably have to use the Arbiter ability for the next time he casts that. Or maybe not. I'll do a somewhat separate video on really how to consider your team composition when actually doing a Guild Bust 2 run, or prepping for it at least. Here I will need to use the Arbiter ability, and actually we'll probably just go with everyone. And I'll cover a bit more. A lot of the information on this is also in my GitHub. As usual, you'll find the link, the most related to the content I'm making right now, in the description of the video. I will update that as new champions come out and as I try new things. But if you think I'm forgetting something in any of that, please do tell me. And I'll try to get that updated ASAP. This one goes fairly quickly as well. Probably pop a Hex. I think we can afford to hold here. Hopefully. I'm seeing some Carnelian passives being broken just now, so we're actually going to get a move on and just break this. I try to burst this phase down as well, just because this is one of the more likely ones to get me killed. Gets a little bit close for champs like Init. I could get some better gear in terms of balancing HP and offensive stats, but for now we're kind of making do with what we have, which is not terrific. Toss that back down. It's getting a bit close. There we go. I guess we'll just go with everyone on this one. $91,000 at the end of 3 stacks. Only 30,000. Well, 21,000 to go, but 29,000. Use those. I think I may have messed up. I think I messed up. Helga's only at 50%. This is not going to be a pleasant one. God. How bad did I... Oh boy. Come on, Helga. Let's do another Arbiter one. Oh, dear God. Let's use everyone's ult, because we're going to need it. Oh boy. I don't want to have to have... I don't want to start this whole fight all over again. God damn it. And Helga's nowhere close to being up again. Great. Just great. Well, I'm not too happy about this. But maybe someone survives? We only lost Init. Okay, so if we take our time on this one... So that was an example of what not to do, just to make sure you knew what not to do. Ah, Jesus Christ. Alright, Helga's back in the game. Probably need to get some damage in, though. And that should still allow us to do what we need to do here. Yeah, as you can see, if we actually have Helga ready, which I was supposed to have, this phase is a non-problem. If you don't, well, it gets kind of ugly. We're going to hold this, because we really want that extra damage for... There we go, right about now. Why did I hex? I probably shouldn't have hexed, because we want to save that for right after. Alright. Don't want to use it yet. Want to use it as soon as he gets up. Now we pop everything. And we should be able to get him down a solid 20, if not more % before he gets his first shield stack up. Yeah. Yeah. 25% by the first shield stack. And then it's just a question of bursting him down quick enough to get the rest done. I like to hold Praetus' ability up to 3 for both the longer damage boost and the fact that it's a lot more hits. Ideally, I also like to use it when Constance is up and he is up. So, right about now. And Init's dead. I may need to rebuild him if this doesn't work. Which, with Init down, I'm not sure. So we just lost our damage boost. Getting close to the end here, so I think I'm going to use that Arbiter bonus now. Just so Valk and Alistair also get damage quickly here. while they're cycling their ults. Alright, we're still within time. In just a little bit, we'll have Init back out on the field. We'll reapply an Arbiter damage boost. Alistair. Yeah, we should have this. Oh no. Oh no. Now people are going to start dying left and right. I don't like this part. Praetus ability. So close. But if we don't mess this up, that's it. Perfect. Great, we're through to poison phase. Now we can die there just before 120k. Oh god, this is pretty much exactly what happened, except this time I will not be stupid and I will not use my Elowyn. Until I actually have a reason to. I'm gonna hold Wood Elf until after this part. We're also gonna start holding Ferssi for this phase. Because once we get to the point where we have one stack, and right before he applies his other one, it gets extremely dicey, damage-wise. And then anything past roughly this point is an unknown to me. So I don't know how well this team deals with the new Phase 1. I know for a fact it won't go through the entirety of the Phase 2, but I do have Constance's exclusive, so I think I can allow myself to ult here. We're gonna hold Ferssi for this laser here. Elowyn. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna have Praetus. Pop an Carnelian ult. And we should be right on track here. Don't think there's much that will make us fail this. In any case, we just hit 120k. Ah! Finally bragging rights for this. I'm content. Init has his place in the team. Oh, that was entirely too close. I need to stop talking and start paying attention. Jesus. Oh, man. Alright. No, I used Helga. And there's probably no chance I get her. Oh my god. Maybe? Maybe, although I highly doubt it, because she's only at 40% right now. Actually, this might work out. Yeah, this can work out. We're fine. We're fine. Alright, Helga. We're just kind of gonna burst through this. I don't want to stick around too long and figure out what's happening. It's cutting it way too close on second phase, but I wonder if I can still somewhat pull it off. I'm gonna hold Hex. I'm gonna hold Hex to have him with a lot of uptime as soon as we hit the second phase. I wonder if with Helga I can wait until 3 Arbiter stacks. I think we might just barely be able to. Yes. Yes, we can. So more damage for everyone. Let's use that Ferssi. I really wish I did have an Hex exclusive. Make each damage so much more impressive. Alternatively, a Lord. Or an actually skilled Araka. I may need to consider skilling Araka just to replace Helga if I can dish out enough stuns, but last time I tried, even when full attack speed build, it just didn't work with Araka. It was just, I'd say, maybe 3 stuns under, which you can get occasionally, thanks to Hex, but it's just way too wonky to actually rely on anything. Use that too late. That's fine, everyone's alive. 452 million Praetus. Jesus. Praetus really is OP. Arbiters in general, really. I mean, even Valk is... Oh, no, God! Oh, my goodness, Valk is under Helga. That's just sad. Oh, man. She is really just here to boost Praetus' passive a little bit more. Alright, use that. Oh, that doesn't look good. We're doing a full 10% less than we did it on the last time. I mean, maybe. Maybe we can get somewhere, but I highly doubt it. Oof. Yeah. I don't see us getting anywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're... I'm actually genuinely curious now. Is this gonna work? There's no way. No, it's not gonna work. He's gonna keep on building up stacks, and we're not even at half life here. I'd say we're probably gonna be missing 10% or so. Unless by some miracle the stars align and, I don't know, something happens with the damage, but I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Almost everyone's dead. Carnelian's ult is entirely busted. We still have 33% to go in 30 seconds. My estimate is probably about on point, though. Maybe closer to 15% we're going to be missing. Yeah, because people are going to start dying. Yep! 20%. Okay, fair enough. Still, though, I am quite pleased with the run. Going from, I believe my previous max was, last week was 114. So yeah, Yeah, I'm quite happy about this. Save, yes, definitely. Yes, please. And we got... we do have some fairly interesting results, though. Hex is... I mean, mine is A5, so I'm cheating, but Hex is still very good on basically everything single target. Init, I mean, Init's value doesn't really come from only his damage, it comes from everything he boosted for the real damage dealers, and then, well, obviously Alistair and Praetus, which are absolutely cracked for this boss. And that was an Alistair, by the way, who held his ults for most of the fight. So you know. Wait, no. It's not gonna let me do it. Fine. Alright, let's just go over the gear real quick. Get Arbiters. Praetus has some pretty good Soulbound. Most of them are quads. I think the only piece I'm missing a quad on is the ring. Everything else is 4 good rolls. With the 25 Tear of Twilight. And he's A2. Alistair, I managed to get A1. I think 2 Ancient Summons ago. Running IR with some HP. A quad or 2, I believe. Yeah, 2. Valk is running good Infernal Roar, but honestly, who cares about Valk? She's not doing any damage. She does have a Realm tier. Alistair had another tier of Twilight. I do need to max that one at one point. Init had a white tower and some OKSA. I don't think there's... Oh, there was one quad, but that's about it. Yeah, this one doesn't even have... So it's just an attack bonus and crit rate. So really, Init's gear is not that formidable. If I push that a bit more, I could probably get something good going. Constance is running some tanky Glacier. I need to work on her build a bit, but she's really doing okay for now, so I don't really care. Hex is running... Ignore the Whirlwind. I don't want to talk about it. It works. You can probably do a lot better with a crit damage build or something. I just have... Which piece is it? Yeah, it's this one. I have a Soulbound Arcana ring that is not... That's just not giving me attack speed, so I need to make that up somewhere. My weapon isn't even giving me speed. Now that I'm actually talking about this, I really need to revisit my Hex build, because this is sad. And let's just pretend that we didn't see any of that. Who else was I using in there? I entirely forgot. Brilliant. Ferssi in Vig. Fairly standard Vig, just trying to get some HP subs when I can on top of the attack and speed. I also had, where is she? Elowyn. Same thing in Vig. Trying to get as much HP as we can while maintaining healing stats to keep her alive. She was running a Scarab for that extra rage regen. Ferssi, Euphoric Orb. And then there's Carnelian, if I can figure out where she is, right there. Running, again, a Scarab and Summon Vig. Carnelian is honestly questionable. I'm not sure if she's really worth it. She saved my hide a few times. But possibly having simply a Lord or a healer who did something more useful, maybe Elowyn, would be a better option. Because I'm pretty sure that her damage reduction... There we go. 12% less damage on top of the AoE damage. I want to say those stack, but I just don't know. But in any case, that was my 145? Yeah, 145 fragment Apo 2 run. So cheers. See you around.